Step into the spotlight.
Hey guys, Underground Geek here, and I want to do another little review here. This may become a part of my channel. I'm not sure. It just depends on how many people want to actually hear my opinion on this kind of thing. But when I watch superhero movies and superhero TV shows, or maybe anime or manga, well, it'd have to be anime because it had to be, video things of that nature. But I want to kind of, give my thoughts and my opinion on the subject and kind of let you guys know. And because some people watch me, but they don't watch other people, and some people watch other people, but they don't watch me. So that way it kind of gets the multiple ideas out there, multiple aspects out there, let you kind of know. Maybe you didn't know if you were going to watch this certain thing because nobody had talked about an exact subject about the one movie or TV show, but then I bring something up and you're like, oh, okay, yeah, I'll watch it. Now, me, for the most part, unless something is just terrible, I'm going to watch it. If it has to do with superheroes or sci-fi or fantasy or something of that nature, I'm probably still going to go see Star Wars when it comes out. I'm just not super picky when it comes to stuff. Just, have good CGI, don't have too much of it, have good acting, have good story, and I'll watch it, okay? And if it's got SJW stuff in there, I mean, as long as it's not just thrown in my face for 5 to 10 minutes solid, I'll still watch it. So now on to the real subject, Justice League. I watched it yesterday with my wife. We had went and watched The Murder on the Orient Express the day before. That was a movie she wanted to watch because she likes Hercule Poirot. How you say his name? Hercule Poirot. But so that was one of those movies. It was a detective movie, and she wanted to see it. And it had a lot of unneeded SJW-ness in there, which kind of shocked me. But it was still a decent movie. Now, this Justice League movie was my pick, shockingly. But she wanted to go too because she liked Wonder Woman and Superman. And so my overall opinion of the movie is it's a must watch. It's a go see. I probably get it probably like an 8 to 7.8 out of 10 compared to the other things that they made here lately. Since the Batman Dark Knight trilogy, there's not really been a great DC movie. She likes Wonder Woman. We got it on Blu-ray. Other than that, none of them have really jumped out at me. Man of Steel, the main thing that held back Man of Steel was the Transformer type CGI fights for me. If I can't tell what's going on, I can't get into the movie and there's no stakes for me. If they're moving so fast that I can't see it, there's no point in me watching it. You can have them moving fast, but inwardly they're moving slow enough where you can see. Okay? That's the same thing that got on my nerves about the later movies and the Transformers movies. It looked like whirling things going on. You can't see what's actually going on until it's over. Just show me some good fights. And that's what they really fixed in Justice League. There was multiple fight scenes, and you could actually tell what was going on. And I applaud them for that. It took them long enough, but they figured it out. Now, getting deeper into the subject, the story was good. Okay, it was easy to follow. It was good for people that didn't know what was going on to be able to tell what was going on. There were stakes in the movie. Each character was given enough screen time to where you kind of felt for each character and wanted each character to win. I'll go deeper into that in just a minute. My favorite characters are probably going to be, of course, Batman and surprisingly enough, The Flash. But that's for a whole different subject, The Batman and Superman is going to be kind of tied for my first, and then you got The Flash right after that, which is kind of shocking. But so let's go more into the character depth. Batman, I feel bad for Batman in this movie because he's literally just a punching bag. He's got some really good scenes where he beats up on people. But can we give the guy some more tech like he had in the TV shows and stuff to where he can fight some of these creatures a little bit better? because he literally almost dies throughout the entire movie. Um, and I like that about Batman. You know, he's been known to get bruised and battered, but he had technology when he was fighting the Darkseid War that let him be able to fight on at least kind of the same playing field as a lot of people. You couldn't give him like maybe some augmented gloves to help his strength or something like that, you know, that he could develop. Um, he had the suit, which, you know, he had the battle suit, which supposedly helped him, but didn't really do that much. Literally, he ran around most of the movie, like running away from things. And I didn't really like that because Batman is a fighter. And he's going to have something that helps him fight on the same level as the rest of these guys. Which almost makes me wonder if he's not going to die in other movies because he is getting beat up. But overall, the character was good. Ben Affleck did well. And the stuff he used was pretty cool. His tech was pretty cool. Alfred did good. Always like Jeremy Irons. He does great and everything. Who we're gonna move on to next? Aquaman. So Jason Momoa, he pretty much plays Jason Momoa in every movie. That's when you're starting to get big as a character or as an actor, when you can literally just play the same guy in every movie and constantly get hired. You're always gonna have a revenue stream. I remember him from Stargate Atlantis, and it really blows my mind that it's the same person because he's gained like 50 pounds of muscle since then. I know he's gotten older, but at the same time, I did feel like his story was a little rushed. You know, they're like, hey, we got to go find this guy. He's got Aquaman powers. They call him Aquaman, blah, blah. And then he's like, I don't really deal with anybody on the land. I don't really deal with anybody on the water, blah, blah, blah. And then Atlantis gets attacked, and he's right there. He's fighting for Atlantis. And then Mira shows up and goes, hey, I don't really know you. I know you're kind of a jerk. And he says, well, you know, blah, blah, my mama. And she said, your mama saved your life. And he said, oh, okay, well, if I'm going to fight for Atlantis, I need some armor. I was like, oh, well, that was fast. You know, it's kind of pushed pretty quickly. But oh, well. All in all, I really liked Aquaman because he had a good attitude. He played to the powers well. I didn't really like that they changed it from the fact that he talks to fish to he talks to water. I didn't really like that aspect. I liked it when he talked to the fish. That was the whole kind of coolness of his character. But whatevs. So yeah, spoiler alert, by the way, if you're watching this movie, spoilers. So anyway, he's pretty good. Next on the list is probably going to be Cyborg. Cyborg is a main character in the story, but not a main character in the story. He's the tech guy. He's the tech trope that they use. His character is pretty cool. He keeps having new abilities. Basically, the technology in his body is always evolving. It's always changing. It's always getting better. It's a constant learning program, which is pretty cool. And he himself says many times that he does not know what his body is going to do. And then he has some problems in the movie to where his body reacts defensively and he can't get it to stop. You know, it attacks Superman at one point. It attacks other people at one point. So he's getting the hang of it. He, all in all, is a pretty good character. At the end of the movie and some of the post credits, you'll see. I wasn't really a fan of this design. I didn't really like it. It was too exposed. But they explain it later on. You know, basically this is Cyborg 1.0. And then later on, his body changes. And so I won't go too much into that. But, you know, it looks better, in my opinion. Now, all in all, they don't really develop him that much. They kind of tell his side story a little bit, just enough where you like him. Let's see. Next, I'm going to talk about Wonder Woman next. Wonder Woman is Wonder Woman. She's the same character she was in the other movies. They keep hinting that her and Batman might have a thing, but they don't really develop it. I kind of wish they'd pushed it a little bit further. But she does show him slight affection here and there. And he's trying to get her to open up. So I think that's going to lead to a relationship later because she was cold and heartless for like the last 100 years because she lost Steve Trevor. And then she's just now learned to open up. And Batman's trying to get her to open up, which is kind of funny because it's like they're helping each other open up. She's strong. She's mighty. She is the team's bruiser, pretty much. She didn't really bring that much to the table other than she's strong and she's agile and she's there when they need her. They keep hinting that she might be a leader of the group, but she's not. They all are the leaders of the group. They all have something to bring to the table. Next on the list is going to be Superman. Superman, other than the terrible CGI on his upper lip because of the mustache, I liked his character. I think this was Superman. I think this was the Superman we've been waiting on in the last movie. This is more the character. The suit's actually been lightened up to have more color. Now, it's a little bit too metallic for my liking. It's almost Nicolas Cage-ish of that movie that they never made. How they had him going to be in the Death of Superman. Nicolas Cage was going to play Superman, and he had the suit. It almost reminds me too much of that suit, so it scared me a little bit. I was like, oh, no, leave that alone. But the character development was awesome. He had heart. He was a bad A too. I like that. He showed up. He didn't know what was going on. He started fighting them. I won't go too much into that, but there were some cool fight scenes going on. He was literally Superman. You could not stop him. When he showed up to fight Steppenwolf, it was clear who was stronger. And I like that because I don't want everybody to punk Superman. Superman is Superman. You can't punk Superman. That's the reason Darkseid's supposed to show up, Darkseid's supposed to show up, because it's going to show you what it's like to punk Superman for real, because Superman is Superman. But yeah, he did really good in this movie. I liked it a lot better than the past movies he was in. Last but not least, we talk about The Flash. This is not Barry Allen, okay? This is Zack Snyder's Barry Allen, and I like Zack Snyder. I think everybody gives him a lot of crap. Now, this character does work. I'm not saying it didn't work. It worked for the movie. It was very good. He was a funny sidekick. He was a comic relief. It kept it light. But at the same time, that's not really what Barry Allen is. He's fun. Barry Allen is a funny guy, but he's very masculine. He's very macho. He gets all the girls. He's a lot like the classic jock. He's very fast, very strong, very charismatic. At the same time, he's funny. Him and Hal Jordan kind of mirror each other a lot of times as far as personality. It's the reason they don't get along a lot of times, because they constantly bouncing off of each other. This Barry Allen is very introverted. He's shut in. He's always running from the wall. He goes and visits his dad in jail, just like the classic Barry. But I almost wish this had been Wally West. This is more of a Wally West character than it is Barry Allen. And I understand they wanted to go with the classic Barry Allen, but you don't always have to do that. I mean, if you're going to change the character that much, why not just have him be somebody else? But it worked. It worked for the movie. So, I liked him. My wife laughed at him multiple times, especially the scene when he's running very quickly and Superman can actually keep up with him, watching him, moving his eyes around to see him. And Barry Allen freaks out. He's like, holy crap, Superman sees me moving at this speed. So I liked that. That was pretty funny. But other times he's a little cringy, went a little bit too far. And that's Ezra Miller in general. He is cringy AF. That is him to a T. So they held him back some in this movie, I think. What else are we going to talk about here? The movie overall is good. I liked it. It's a good development of the characters. It's a good way to put them all together so now that you can have the multiple other movies, because they were going downhill quickly and they had to have something to pull these characters together. The DCEU was in trouble. Now, as far as the villain goes, Steppenwolf, after seeing the hologram projection in Batman vs. Superman of Steppenwolf, this one was kind of silly. I don't know if you've seen that Big Friendly Giant movie they did, the BFG. He almost reminded me of some of those guys. And the CGI, he basically looked like a big gray Ninja Turtle wearing armor. I just didn't really like it. Now, he was tough and mean. I like that. But after seeing that hologram projection, it looked like some kind of snarling monster. I kind of wish they had went with that. Rather than what they did go with. Now, he was still tough and he still kicked tail, so it worked. The parademons were cool. I liked them. The story was decent. It moved good. It kept my attention. It was good for everybody. It's a very watchable movie. The downsides of the movie is going to be Superman CGI on his lip is very telling. The silliness of Barry Allen kind of got on my nerves a little bit. The constant beatdowns that Batman was getting was kind of getting on my nerves a little bit. Now, as far as the strength level goes, we've kind of established some things here. First of all, Superman's the strongest. And then I would almost say Wonder Woman is the next strongest. There was a couple of fight scenes where I saw Wonder Woman and Aquaman fighting Steppenwolf, and it seemed like Aquaman was not as strong as Wonder Woman when it came to the fight scenes. And that may be just because he's not fought enough, but it seemed like his strength level wasn't as good. Now, when it comes to Cyborg, he brings something else to the table. He's not really a bruiser. He's more of a energy shooter. He's kind of like the archer of the group or something. You know, he has these different abilities that he can use for technology to control things, and also he can make guns and things like that. The strength level is non-comparable. Steppenwolf like ripped into pieces literally. But so then Barry Allen's probably going to be the weaker of the group. He's very fast, but he doesn't really know how to control his abilities yet. He's still falling all over his feet, which was kind of annoying. He has this super advanced suit, but yet he can't control his powers. That was a little weird to me. But other than that, it was pretty good as far as, but it did establish the strength level. So I like that. You know, you're clearly able to see who's who. Now, as far as what I'd like to see in the next movies, I think I would like to see Batman be a little bit more awesome. I think the next movie needs to definitely bring in the Green Lantern. We need the Green Lantern bad. They even hinted at the Green Lantern in a Justice League movie. Oh, man, it was so cool. And then we didn't ever see him anymore, and I was like, oh, that sucks. So spoiler alert on that. But I can't wait for them to bring him in. They're definitely going to bring him in after they brought him up in this movie. But I really want to see him. I'm waiting for it. We need to hurry up and have it. The next movie definitely needs to have him. Definitely needs to have Batman be out more awesome. I'm ready for Superman to kick some more tail. I'm ready for him to have another movie. I think he should probably fight Brainiac next. I think that would be pretty cool. The Aquaman movie's coming. I can't wait to see that. We definitely need to deal with the fact that Aquaman and other people are holding their breath under the water. You know, they breathe underwater, so they should just, you know, it's not hard to just open your mouth underwater. But that's just, you know, that's just little things here and there. But all in all, the movie's good, very watchable. I would go see it. 8 out of 10. Best movie they've had so far since Wonder Woman. So, you know, they're doing better. They're picking it up some. All right, guys, that's all I got for you today. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. If you'd like to support me on my Patreon, please do so. If you'd like to support me on Teespring, I have some t-shirts in order to, that way you're not just giving me money. That's going to go towards my comic book that I'm writing and upgrading this channel just a little bit. But all right, guys, I hope you liked the video. Underground Geek out.